Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay. So welcome everyone at webinar on a topic of entrepreneurship and VR. So my name is Dario Berginc. I come from Gea College, Slovenia, Ljubljana, and Joao will also co-leading this webinar from Espanha, Porto, Portugal, but now from Brazil. So let's begin with a question. So what do you think, which is more true? So entrepreneurs are born or entrepreneurs are made? What do you think?
I guess we're born.
Born?
For argument's sake, I would say that they are made.
Okay.
We have a tie, Dario, so that's good. So we can argue on the tie and see who is right.
Okay, we need at least few answers more so that we get more.
I'm gonna say born.
Okay, so we have two born, one made.
Come on, students, speak up.
Maybe they can just put it in the chat if they don't feel comfortable saying it out loud.
Huh.
It's actually a good idea.
Moment, so where is the chat? But probably, yeah, because just try to say so, because otherwise it's difficult to check. Or Joao, can you check if there will be some answers?
Well, we have two more answers. One interesting from Timote, which has both. Actually, that's a nice perspective.
Yeah.
And 2-1 to born.
Okay.
A new draw. So let's.
Okay. Yeah. Of course, there is always a combination, but we want to go to one extreme to the other because we want to see the arguments. And what does the research say? The research says that more entrepreneurs, slightly more, are born, but more successfully entrepreneurs are made. So this is importance of learning. Okay, genes help a lot, yes, but they are not enough. You have to work, you have to learn. So this is the good solution, solution, because otherwise we would not need entrepreneurial schools, yes. But
and do remember, just let me interrupt, Dani. Do remember, to all the listeners there, that Gea College teaches entrepreneurship essentially. So they will run out of business if nothing could be learned or taught. Okay.
Of course. Yeah. So it's always a combination, yes. But it's the importance of learning, yes. Once Socrates said, yes, the smart people learn from everything and everyone. So this is important. Not only experiences, not only in the school, not only from textbooks, but from everywhere, from successful entrepreneurs, from case studies, from hackathons, competitions, projects, also like FIICA project. Yes, learning by doing project. This is important. Yes, and this is something that we must understand. That learning, in fact, you are learning every day. And I say a lot of times to students, it's not only you who is learning. Also, we have to learn every day, the teachers. Yes. So this is some challenge for everyone. And yeah, the discipline is also very important. Persistence and discipline. Everybody knows Thomas Edison. Yes. So this a way how to see the solution and like mistakes, because someone could say, I made 10,000 mistakes. Yes, it can be true, but Thomas Edison said, yes, these are not the solutions that didn't work. So this is some kind of persistence, yes, and discipline that also entrepreneurs have to have, yes. And another question for the audience: how do you face failures? Do you try to learn from them? Do you avoid them? What are your experiences? So it's difficult to talk about mistakes and failures, but this is also the challenge, the opportunity to learn. So probably some experience, some stories, some would like to share something from us, for us. What about you? What about you, Joao? Yeah?
We have comments on the chat.
Rule says failure makes you stronger. Sarah says learn from them in an optimistic way, looking forward, bettering it in the future. And Joanna says, I try to learn from them. I usually say to my students, make sure that you keep notes of your mistakes, so you learn indeed about your mistakes and what to do in a better way.
Yeah. And I think Bill Gates said once, be happy when you face the unsatisfied customer, because he tells you everybody that you have to correct for free. Yes, so don't avoid him, but listen to him and repair things. So this is some kind of a positive attitude to failures in a way of learning. And this is also the difference between growth mindset and fixed mindset. So failure is an opportunity to grow. So failure is at the beginning. So you can see that probably the failure in different countries is treated differently. For example, in USA, yes, it's not a problem if you fail. It's a problem if you don't learn from mistakes and you don't go further. In Slovenia, yes, we have some kind of mindset that failure is no good. It's not. It's not so accepted. So I don't know. Probably in Belgium, what is the attitude toward failure in Belgium, Hiram?
I think we're quite open to failure. Well, usually somebody is mad at me when I make mistakes. But no, as I said, I stimulate my students to dare and experiment and don't get frustrated if a lot of things go wrong. That's my overall approach during teaching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is important also in entrepreneurship. So don't be afraid to fail, but try, yes, and learn. So challenges, yes, help me to grow. Feedback is constructive. So don't be mad if someone says to you that not everything is okay. So just At the beginning, probably we can be mad a bit. We don't like critics, but from the other side, if you think deeper, we can say thank you. So now I have the opportunity to be better. So and change myself. So I like to try new things. Yeah, we can see. So you can see the difference. This growth mindset is a mindset of entrepreneur. So he sees, he looks for challenges. He's not afraid. And what is important in entrepreneurship is out of the box thinking. We try to do something new because if we have average idea, we make average product for average people for average price. Yes, we also have average profit. Yes, average results. It's not anything new, but in entrepreneurship we try to do something new, like the fish, for example. Yes, she could swim whole life. Yes, in the old space, but she decided to go out to see what is possible. It's possible, yes, and we know that the first some fish, yes, came out of the sea and try yeah, how it is to live without the water and slowly developed lungs, etc. So this is some kind of model also for entrepreneurship. So let's try to do something new. Yes, this is important. So yeah, here we have some exercise. Probably some of you know the solution, but those who know the solution, yes, be quiet, please. So let's try others to find the solution. So connect all dots with 4 straight lines. This is example of out-of-the-box thinking. Does anybody of you know the solution already?
Of course.
I'm honestly, this is giving me a headache because I'm trying it because I don't know the answer to this. So I'm going to wait for somebody to jump in. Like, students, this is not the time. This is your time to shine, because most of the partnership is sitting here going like, how do you solve this? So please help us out. Come on.
This is a classical one.
This is Dario's part. So I only found out the solution because I saw the next slide. So it's okay.
I'm really wanting one of the students to come in and solve. Could some of Dario's students come in, please, and just help us with this?
So, Joao,
actually, I found a solution that I'm not sure if it's right, but might be wrong. So Dario's solution is much better than mine.
So does anybody know, yeah, or from the students, the solution? So try to connect all 4 dots with all 9 dots with 4 straight lines. And yeah, so
can I try? Or is there a student trying?
The hint is think outside the box.
Yes. So I hope at least one student knows the answer, and you can rapidly explain if you know the answer. There is something really peculiar on the 4 lines you need to draw, and the relation with the 4 lines and the 9 dots. There's something really peculiar, and if you know the answer, you know what that peculiarity is.
So, any solution?
If none of the students have any idea, can I try? Because I didn't know the answer to this, but I just came up with one idea.
Okay.
Go ahead.
If you draw all the lines, like from the middle one to the down middle one, and from the middle side to other side middle, and like all the 4 lines crossing in the middle dot.
No,
Like from
that's
corner
That is a
to corner.
brilliant solution, Joanna, because that's the one I came up with.
Aha, yeah.
But actually, it's not
It's
the
incorrect.
way, it's not exactly how Dario wants it. But
Yeah, but
that's the solution I found out.
yeah, it's how great
That-
minds think alike.
Dario gave a tip. Dario said you have to think outside the box.
Well, depends on what your perspective of outside the box thinking, but
Outside the square.
outside the box, yes, I know.
Yeah, just go outside. Yes, a bit.
Oh my God, Imane just
Someone
put
is there. Someone
Really
already
good,
mentioned
really
you
good,
can do
Imane.
it if you go outside the square. So
Yeah, really good.
God.
I
Yeah.
think you can move on, Dario.
Damn.
to the
Yeah,
next
okay.
slide.
So this is the solution. You see? This is the solution, an example how to think outside the box. So you have to go outside. Yes, it was not. So we can see Einstein is happy probably because he sees there are still clever people on the world also today.
Note that Tree actually came up with a really good solution, and he shared an image.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was just looking at it.
Okay. Let's go on. Characteristics of the entrepreneurship. Yes, the main characteristics. So, yeah, the motivation. So the motivation is first, because you have to find the motivation. Entrepreneur cannot buy the motivation. It's not possible. So he has to find, he or she, yes, the motivation. Why? This question, why does he do this? Why does he want to? And also with motivation, it's connected also passion. You have to really like something that you want to develop. Yes, this is also the way to success. Vision is important, because we don't go to entrepreneurship for only 2 months or half a year, but probably on a long run. Yes, also business plans. We prepare business plans for 3 to 4 years, 5 years or more. Yes, in the future. So we try to calculate something for the future years. Yes, not only for 1 month ahead. Confidence is also important, so that really that we are calm, that we know we are doing something good. Yes, decision making. We have to. Yeah, the entrepreneur has to make decisions. It's not time that some others wait for him. He has to make decisions. Yes. Also, if he make failures, yes, it doesn't matter. He has to make decisions. So, like we were talking about the failures before, yes, you make failure, you make mistakes, but you correct it and you go on. Innovation, yes, it's also important. So, with entrepreneur want to establish something new, so new solutions, yes, and solution to the problems. Risk taking, yes, he has a courage. He's not afraid of risks, but he prepares for them. What is possible, yes, and curiosity it's probably the most important thing here, because you have to be curious, yes, like a little child, yes. You discover, you ask questions, why this, why not, why yes, and this is a challenge. This is something that makes entrepreneur better, and he learns every day new things. Yes, persistence, like Edison. Yes, his study, his example is very known, and also others. Yes, so you don't give up. Try again. And leadership is also important, because usually when you go to entrepreneurship, you have a team. Yes, not big team at the beginning, but probably few, 3, 4, 5 people, and you also have some leadership skills. Yes, that you try to make good atmosphere in the team, and etc. So these are some basic characteristics that every entrepreneur should have. Now, and now we came to business idea description. Yes, this is there. So you have, when somebody asks you what is your business, you have to answer on at least these few questions. Slowly, this is business idea is more in structured way developed in business model canvas that Joao will explain later. Yes. But at the beginning, yes, we have to answer on this question. So what is your product or service? So what are you trying to prepare? Have you prepared for customers, for clients? And very important question is, which problems are you solving? So this is something, because in entrepreneurship, we are resolving problems of customers. This is some kind of idea. And also, why better than competition? Yes, because if solutions already exist, then we don't have to we don't have to present a similar solution. We really have to present new solutions. And what are the problems of customers? Usually, for example, they have lack of time, so we help them, yes, to spare time. They have lack of money, so we can help them, yes, how to, for example, pay, I don't know, not in one amount, but probably every month, yes, one piece, etc. So they want to have more solutions, more different product services, so we help them. So this is more important than so which problem are we resolving? This we are talking about. We are solving problems. Then we pack the solution to product, service, or value. And furthermore, who are your customers? So who are our customers? Because sometimes you can hear all are our customers. This is not possible. We have to specify, yes, which customers are we focusing on. So can be students, can be managers, can be families, can be children, can be companies. Yes, we have to be specific. And then very important are team competencies and skills. So who is behind? Because we can develop very good business model or business plan, but paper is paper, document is document. Yeah, we can write also now with ChatGPT everything that we will. But who is behind? This is important. Who will do this? What is written in the document? This is important. So who is the team? Who is behind? And the money. We cannot skip money, because we don't do this. We say because of money, but money should be some award. Yes, if we are doing well, if we are resolving the problems of customers well, then they will pay us, and this is like award. Yes, but yeah, what do you plan? How do you plan to earn? Yes, and usually, when we are searching for investors, so how much money do we need to start a business? Yes, and usually we give, for example, for 20% of share of a company for some amount that investor gives us. And elevator pitch, yes, this is example. What can we see in Silicon Valley and other, for example, areas where startups are connected with investors? Yes, this is, for example, you can train to tell this in 2 minutes. Yes, this is because investors don't have time, and they really appreciate that you can explain basic things in 2 or 3 minutes. This is some kind of elevator pitch, yes. And now I will give the word to João. João, the floor is yours, please. You can continue with business model canvas.
Thank you very much. So Dario was pointing out a few basic aspects or elementary, well, when I say basic issues that you need to address immediately when you start thinking about a new business venture, a new proposal. And there are a few kind of, I would say, structured templates available to help you in getting all the ideas and all the information that you need in order to start or to kick off a new business. There are a few templates available that, as I was saying, try to pack or to put together in different aspects all the information that you required. One of the most common ones is the Canvas business model, which is well presented here. Strategizer.com. You can easily find it there because they have a lot of work developed under this topic. And this business model canvas tries to gather all the information that you need in order to kick off a new business proposal or a new business idea or concept in one single piece of paper. It's like a drawing. It aligns the different aspects that you need to collect in what I call 9 different boxes. All of them are fundamental or essential or relevant or important, whatever you want to name it, for you to comprehend and to understand what is behind the development of a new business proposal. I will go for the same, I will use Dario's methodology, and I will ask you, well, the ones that want to answer this question, which one of those 9 boxes is your attention immediately or firstly drawn at? I mean, which one do you look at initially? To which one of those 9 boxes are your eyes going for the first time you saw this drawing? Do you understand the question?
No, can you repeat, please?
To which one of those 9 boxes is your attention driven to at the start? To which one do you look at first? You have 9 boxes there. Which one do you look at first when you see the drawing? Or when you saw the drawing, because actually you saw it a few minutes ago. Now do you understand?
Yes, and I guess the middle one. Well,
okay,
at least
that's an option.
I start there usually.
Well, some people might look at others. Some people might actually. You would imagine. Well, you wouldn't guess how many different answers I got whenever I asked these questions in a classroom. Some of them are quite surprising, but well, there are answers anyway. No one else wants to give a go?
You've got some answers in the chat, and they're also saying the middle one, the value proposition. And Lucia Valbuena said key partners.
Because I think she started reading from left to right, so that's why I think the first one is the left one. So actually, well, the one that I feel more, well, I think what was the initial proposal or the initial idea behind this canvas was for us to look at the value proposition, because it's where everything starts. I mean, when Dario in the previous slide mentioned what is your idea or what is your business about, what do you want to develop, which product, service, that as a notion behind it, which is which value are we offering to our potential clients? What are we doing new? What are we proposing to do on a different way or in a different perspective? So that is when we address the value proposition. That's the most, or the starting point of a business proposal, immediately connected or totally linked with the customers or the clients to whom you are addressing or to whom are you targeting to sell your new business idea, product, service, whatever. So the value proposition, the customer segments are totally aligned and connected because you have to sell to a specific type of customers a certain product or a certain service. And if you, instead of it, go to different types of customers, then they probably would require or will demand a different service from that to one that you are offering. So these two initial boxes, value proposition and customer segment, which is the box on the right side of the screen, are totally aligned because you cannot have one without the other. I mean, when you think of a new business service product, you immediately think of the customers to whom you are trying to sell it to. And in between these two, between the value proposition and the customer segment, you have different aspects on relating to the way that you connect with your customers, with your clients. Underneath, you have the channels, which is how are you going to make it available or to make your new product or the service available to your customers. How can they buy it from you? How online selling, a physical store, you're going, you're placing it in a alongside with other products similar to yours. Are you developing your own stores? I mean, how does a specific customer how is it going to be possible for him to buy your service or item or products that you are putting out in the market? So that's and how do they realize it's there? All the marketing behind it, all the structure behind the selling channel is there. It's in the channels. That's what you should address. On the top side, you have the customer relationships, which is essentially the way you connect and you relate to your customers. Well, not only post-sale, but also during the buying process. How do you connect with your customers? How do you get them to understand you are there? How do they understand that new things are developing from the previous ones? So everything on the right side of this business model is output-oriented. I mean, in the sense that is connected to your clientele, connected to the selling side of the business. Okay. Now, if you look at the left side of this drawing, of this picture, you have the inputs. You have the production side. You have the what do you need to do and how are you going to do it in order to make the production work, to make the item, the service, the product being made. How is that going to happen? So essentially you have three different aspects, and they're all key aspects of the process. On the left side, you have a set of key partners that you need in order to develop your business. An IT company can have as key partners some IT manufacturers or producers. I always give an example, and there is a nice example on the next slide that I'm not really familiar with, but you will see it immediately, and most of you are quite familiar with it. But I always use the example of when Apple started doing iPhones and started with the iPods, they needed components, electronic components manufactured for people to have a better sound experience. And so they packed together and they joined forces with some electronics manufacturers, but they also needed musics. So they needed to go after the artists in order for the music to be available in a new way for the client. So they hooked up with some record companies and they connected themselves with record companies in order for the musics to be available in the iPods for people to listen to them. So that's the type of relationship that I'm talking about. And in between these key partners and the value proposition, so the key partners are external to your company, are external to your business, but it's a set of companies and a number of companies that you need in order to jointly develop what is it that you are developing. And in between, you have the key activities and the key resources. And for those, the resources are things that you need to use in order to develop the products and to manufacture the products and to develop the service. electronics, equipment, resources that you incorporate in the production line, whatever you might consider as an essential element. And key activities is a sort of is a type of actions that you need to implement and to develop in order for the product to be placed in the market in a successful way. So on the left side of this drawing, you have once again the inputs, what you need to develop the production line, the production part of the whole process. And underneath, you have the connection between the inputs and the outputs. And if you look at the bottom left side of the drawing of the picture, you have the cost structure, which is obviously directly related to the partners and what they supply to you, to the activities that you need to develop, and to the resources that you need to use and that you need to buy. So those three elements are directly linked to the cost structure that you have to carry on your business. And if you look at the bottom right side, you have the revenue stream, which is obviously directly connected to whatever it is that your clients pay for the product or the service that you are putting in the market. So this gives you a very nice overview of what a business needs, requires, should be how it should be developed in a very straightforward and I would say very easy way to understand. Okay, so that was well, I'm not sure if that was a short introduction to the topic, but it was an introduction to the topic anyway. We have, can you move on to the next slide, Dario? Because I think you are in control. Okay, so this is not, well, that was what we were kind of afraid when we were preparing the presentation. It depends on the size of your screen. I don't have a big screen with me, so this is not clearly visible. And this is an example. You can easily find loads of examples online about the business model canvas being applied to a specific company, to a specific product. This one relates to TikTok. And well, when we were preparing this workshop or this webinar, me and Dario were, well, what should we include here? Which type of new business or service we should include? And well, we went to one that I'm not totally any familiarized with because I don't have it, but I know the basics of how it works. And I just wanted to dwell in it and to take a look at the example and try to connect those aspects with the ones that we just mentioned, that I just mentioned before in this business model. So I'm not going through the explanation of the whole process again. I don't know if Dario wants to highlight a few aspects in this example, but this is just an invitation for you to take a look at the example and try to connect what is written in each one of those small post-its to some things or to some of the issues that I just presented in the previous slide. Dario, do you want to make any additional comment on this?
No, I think this is a good example because probably I would like to share this, that we have more type of customer segments. Yeah, we can see viewers, creators, and advertisers. So 3 types. This is interesting. And viewers, of course, entertainment, new videos, yes, this is there. And creators, yes, they develop like new things. But advertisers are companies, yes, they target the specific customers, yes. And we can see here a revenue stream that first 2 are free. So viewers and developers, yes, they don't pay anything, but advertisers do. So the money comes from advertisers, from company, usually companies, different companies. So this is also important because if they have a lot of viewers, a lot of creators, yes, it's also interesting for advertisers. So this is some kind of a freemium model, yes, that some things, some content is free and some it's not. And this is, I think, a good example of Canvas. We can see also here China government, yes, key partners, yes, because TikTok was developed by China government, yes. And yeah, I think we can go on, João.
Yes, yeah, that's obvious. Yeah, of course, that you can different customer segmentation. That's what customer segmentation is all about. So for different clients, you should, well, this is not the situation here, but you can even have different channels of distribution to the different customer segments that you have. And you can also establish different customer relationships with the different types of customers that you are addressing. So that's, but you can see by the colors of the example that there is a connection between the red, the blue, and the black ones, which is helpful for you to get an overview of the example.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. So in virtual reality or using virtual reality, well, we came up with the possibility, or we think that it's strongly possible, or extremely possible, not strongly, extremely possible, for the inclusion of virtual reality in at least 4 of those boxes that we mentioned in the when we were showing up the canvas. Obviously, relating to customer relationships, because it's a way for different companies, organizations to interact with their customers and to create new ways of interaction with their clientele. So to us, it looks relatively straightforward that we can use virtual reality applications or the software within the customer relationship aspect of the business, of any business. We can also use it, obviously, within the channels, because that's a way to place our products, to place our services, for our customers and clientele to be aware that we exist, and to sell it effectively and sell it through virtual reality. And then naturally, in which relates to key partners and key activities, it's also a very straightforward way of thinking that we can use virtual reality for these 2 aspects, because it can be used for teamwork, it can be used for the development of and to provide meetings and to provide aspects of online working, and some of the activities naturally will be developed by different teams of people, different teams of departments, human resources, that they can use virtual reality for the different type of things that they need to do, and they need to, where they need to interact with each other, and that is an essential element. And also in the way a certain business connects and relates to its partners, in an opposite way to when it connects to its clients, but it can use it always, and obviously for the connection with partners. I think yeah, okay. So, and now we have a few sets of examples on the interaction and on the usage of virtual reality to some of these aspects we just mentioned. We might go briefly by some of them. I kind of just mentioned in the previous slide, didn't I, Dario? I think I just pointed out a few of the examples. I already mentioned meeting with clients in a virtual reality context.
Mm-hmm.
The next slide mentions hackathon. Do you wanna explain this or tell?
Yeah, this can be
this is?
How to invite students, for example, when developing new services, new products. So this is some to get some fresh ideas. So the hackathon can be done, in fact, in some physical place, but it can also be done through virtual reality. So with avatars, and it can also be more funny and more brainstorming way. Okay.
Well, company presentation, kind of I wouldn't say instead of a website, but complementary to a website, in whatever company activity in which we need to present our organization, the services we provide, the products that we are putting in the market, the company culture and the way we position ourselves in the market. All of this can be done using virtual reality. Developing and testing with the activities, well, that's something I didn't point out in the previous, in a few slides back, but well, developing and testing using a virtual reality presentation, we can also use this in order to assess the level of progress and to assess how the activities that we are carrying out are developing and being implemented. We have one or two more examples, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
A virtual open day, and this is an example from a university or a higher education institution. Instead of having those open days physically on campus, we can use virtual reality to provide them and to give them online in a different context, in a different environment. That's also an elemental or an essential part of this, or potential uses of this technology. And I think we have one more. No, yeah, okay. So I leave now to Dario to place this last.
Okay. Yeah, we came to the end, and that now we have time for some discussion about entrepreneurship and VR and challenges about. And when we, for example, had LTTA 2 in Malaga, I remember when we had focus groups, yes, and the students said, so what is different if we make, for example, meeting in VR in comparison to meeting like video conference, like classical, like we have today, webinar, yes? And the answers were that you prepare yourself more. It's like it's more serious. It can also be a bit funny. Yes, humor is also important because of avatars. Yes, and of course these are challenges. Of course, you have to make some effort that everything goes well. But I think the value, the results can be better. But okay, we are also testing this with Hiram in our project. Yes, we try to have some meetings in VR, and also we are challenges everything. But we would like, yes, your ideas, questions. What are your experiences with VR, and do you think how do you look on the presentation of a company in VR, for example? Probably the students. What are your opinions about that?
Not everybody at once.
No opinion so far, see? So I can not concluding, but just making one additional remark. The third LTTA, which will be held in Porto next March, 11th to 18th, if I'm not mistaken, is addressing this topic, is addressing entrepreneurship. So the challenge for the different teams of students involved is how to, and that's the direction that we took in this webinar, in this presentation. How can we incorporate virtual reality, particularly social virtual reality, in an entrepreneurial context? Okay, so that's why the webinar was led with this structure. basic, essential, elemental aspects relating or regarding entrepreneurship, a presentation of one potential and the one that we are more inclined to use, one business model concepts and way of structuring a new venture, a new business, and then how can we immediately understand and recognize the incorporation or the use of virtual reality within this business model template or structure. And your task in March will be developing a few different out-of-the-box thinking aspects to include social virtual reality in an entrepreneurial mindset or in an entrepreneurial setting. It can be, well, for a specific company that is starting. It can be for a entrepreneurship incubator and the company that supports new businesses. So it is connected, totally connected with the entrepreneurial setting or mindset. This is what we are challenging you to come up with in March. So that's why the entrepreneurship webinar was needed for you at this stage. So we might even have started this way, but we didn't. So we are finishing with this perspective for the future. Any more? Please, Jose.
Yes. So I really want to, get people excited with what Joao just said that's going to happen over at Ishbegaya and in this LTTA 3. Number one, I think it's super exciting that we get to go to Portugal this time around. We're very happy about that. So, we want you to be excited about it. But I think this is going to be, it's important that we highlight that the project is also about being about being friendly, informal. So this is really an invitation to come and be creative and to think outside of the box, when it comes to virtual reality. Just as a note, well, before I move on, I really want to open up perhaps a little bit of the space to some of the students. If anybody has any question, concerns, comments, you could even tell us a bad joke at this point, and we would really appreciate it. So I'm going to give you about 10 seconds, 15 seconds to react there. Somebody want to unblock their microphone and maybe ask us a question. You can ask us in your own language, and then one of your teachers who is surely here will be more than happy to translate. So come on, don't be shy. Share with us. Somebody opened their hand. Oh no, this is mine.
Well, I'm going to be brave and ask that what's the temperature like in Porto when we get there in March? That is probably something that everybody's thinking about.
Well, now with climate change, I cannot really say, but hopefully it will be quite mild. It will not be extremely warm. I'm not expecting that in March, although some years in March, the temperatures during the day are quite pleasant, particularly if it's a sunny day. And well, sometimes March is really sunny. Then in April we have some rain again, but in March it's really sunny. But do take a couple of coats, jackets, because the nights can be, well, chilly. Well, at least for our standards. For Finnish standards, I wouldn't say they will be chilly, but okay, for Portuguese standards, nights can be chilly, and early mornings when we start working. So, but if it doesn't rain, the weather is really pleasant during the day.
I was brave because Jose said that we are going to be friendly and informal, so I just went straight for the informal.
As you
are very right.
I would have expected no less. But we also have Lucia on the chat, and she's asking, do we have any more information where we're going to stay that week?
Aha. Well, Lucia, not yet. I'm working, well, I've been pressing or pressuring, is it? Yeah, pressuring? No, pressure. I'm putting some pressure on our travel agency, well, the one that we usually work with. And they told me they made lots of contacts about accommodation. We have one location already kind of pre-booked, but that's not exactly the one I want. So I'm going for some other options because I don't want it to be very far from the city center or from the school. So I want a location that is, well, perfect for you to go to the school, even if it takes a little bit more time. But it's always nice for you to do some, well, social interaction after the work is done. So that's kind of my objective, which is not always that easy, but that's what I'm working on.
Perfect.
And I do think you kind of understand the point I'm trying to make. I mean, I will not put you in the outskirts of the city. That will be difficult for you to go anywhere. So even not being that big city, but okay, it's
Perfect. Also be aware that we're gonna, with whatever Joao, who is a phenomenal host and partner, decides where to put all of us, because we should be all rather close together during that time. We will be deploying an info pack closer to that date with the specific information, different routes to use public transport. And we'll probably even have, if I know Joao, he's probably going to include some extracurricular activities of, suggestions of what to do during that time, during the downtime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are right. And so don't be worried. When, well, a few weeks before you arrive, you will have all the information that you need for your arrival. There will be no real issues on that side, on that aspect. You arrive on a Wednesday, the 11th. I think it's the 11th, if I'm not mistaken, and you leave on another Wednesday. So it will be quite okay. Everything will be available and ready for welcoming you a few weeks before.
Yeah. And Imane and some other people are actually coming in on the chat, telling us what a great idea it is to combine VR and entrepreneurship for this year. So yeah, thank you for that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to really get the creative juices flowing. And I think, Joao, I think this is going to be, and Johanna, I think this is going to be very all-inclusive. Because I think you come at this from very different angles. Doesn't matter what you're majoring in at this point. I think it's just going to be sort of, all of the ways of looking at it are going to be very creative, and it's always a way of finding business opportunities. They're also asking if we're going to get, if they're going to need laptops or a tablet would be okay. Hiram, maybe this one's for you.
Yeah, I responded already in the chat.
Okay.
I think laptop will be a way better experience. It depends on the tablet, which tablets you have, and sometimes the tablets don't run the platform very smoothly, but usually laptops work way better. So if you can, please bring a laptop.
Just so everybody, my experience, I did try logging into one of our rooms with my laptop, with my tablet. It's a very simple tablet, which works very well for what I needed. But I think the requirements, for graphics and for it to run smoothly, like Hiram says, is a much better experience. And, we're going to be talking, and we'll talk about this in the near future with you as well. We're going to be talking about not just design thinking, but, we're going to be talking about a lot of things in order to bring that room and that idea, to potential life. So you might need to, for sure, be able that you can control the environment.
Yeah, if you feel unsure, you can always check at home. I mean, there is a series of links to different rooms, and if you can enter those rooms with your tablet, then you know it works or it doesn't.
So, Hiram, I want to share again the rooms link that you had already left on the chat.
Yes. Okay.
I'm going to share it again. And there's two things that we want you guys to do. Okay. So I haven't introduced myself, but my name is Jose Maria Imbert from Spain. I'm the communications partner. I am neither a teacher nor serious enough to ever be a teacher. Um, but I am good at communicating stuff, and the way we do this is definitely through the FIICA, the Hubs community. So those rooms are going to be super exciting to go check out. It's also going to start giving you some control over how to like operate. There's a couple of tutorials that are somewhere in there, but we also want you to, and once Hiram stops sharing his room, we want you to really come up and join us on Instagram. That's super important because we're going to try to gamify that a little bit. I'm leaving you the link to the Instagram page right now, or if you have a mobile, I can definitely go ahead and share my screen real quick. And you can go ahead. Can you all see it? The QR?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and follow us. This is going to be super helpful, not just for the trip. We're going to post updates on the Instagram. So we're going to be doing a whole lot of things, on that page from now on. There's going to be maybe a couple of games. Maybe we'll have an impromptu social event that we'll invite you to. The drinks are virtual, so if you want a real one, you're all going to have to bring your own. But so it goes. So please follow us. I'm already seeing a couple of notifications here. This is really exciting. And yeah, welcome to FIICA.
Any more questions, concerns? Feel free to speak up or post the chat.
Well, I do have a question, by the way. Lucia is the Lucia that we met in Malaga last year. Are you the same Lucia? Yes, I am. Okay. It would be nice to see you again there in Porto.
That's good. Maybe a shout from some Finnish students, some Slovenian students, some Spanish, some Flemish students.
I know from the list that there are a couple of our Finnish students there. For example, I see Abiskar that you are online. Abiskar is he's our student assistant who is participating. He's doing some hubs work for our other project and FIICA combined before the event. So he's doing some extra credit work. And good work, I might say. Yeah.
Yeah, Abiskar is on a roll. Mind
Yeah.
I have shared some other links. Maybe you know them already. One is for a Discord server. If you're comfortable with Discord, please go ahead. If you're new to Discord, try it out. It's actually a nice platform for voice over IP chatting, and you will see that I have proposed to have a Christmas meeting next week. I've introduced 2 polls, one to select the best day of the week and one to select the best hour in the evening. And I do have a Christmas room already. I shared an image. I'm not sharing the room already. It's going to be a little bit of a surprise. It was actually a room built by the community. I think 1 year ago, But this one is shared by an English colleague also working with Hubs, the platform we use for social virtual reality. So go ahead, it will be fun, and it will be a nice opportunity to meet up and to see if your gear works, if you can actually enter the virtual rooms and play around, navigate and pick up stuff. There are snowballs to pick up, and pie, and mugs with glue wine, virtual glue wine. Okay, let's leave it at that. If there are no more questions or remarks or concerns, I thank my colleagues for the nice job and the nice presentation, and I thank the audience and the students for being present. As soon as the recording has finished, I will find a way to share this with you guys. And I hope that I'll see some of you next week during the Christmas meet. Take care and have fun. Good night.
Okay.
See you guys.
All right.
Good night.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.